thank everyone for being here. And the candidates that we have in this race show the strength of the Republican Party in the 2nd District, and shows the quality of people and the quality of candidates that we can field. Unfortunately, if we had 7 districts, we could have 7 good candidates who could all do a good job in Washington, D.C. So I salute those who are running with me. And I know we all are a little biased. Yes, of course, I think I'm the best candidate and I have the most to offer, and I'm sure the other candidates feel the same way. And that's fair, because that means we believe in what we're doing and we want to serve this district. I'll spend most of my time talking about those 2 questions, and if you have anything about Puerto Rico that you'd like to know, I could talk to you for half an hour, but I don't want to tie it up. But if you have any questions afterwards, let me know. A little bit about myself. If you don't have a lot of time, I'm going to try to stay close to 5 minutes, but if you want to know more about me, go to Stansberry.com. You'll see issues there, and one thing you're going to find out about me is that you won't see just buzzwords or slogans. Yes, I'm for the Second Amendment and I'm against illegal immigration, but when you look at my issue on illegal immigration, you're going to find out that I have a plan to solve that problem. I have a plan that will motivate the countries who have people here, that illegal people in our country, a plan to make them want to work with us, and a plan to make the illegal people who are in this country want to work with us and get in line and do it right. So if you look at my issues, you're going to find some answers as well. I was born in Knox County, lived here most of my life except for 3 months when I got laid off and had to go to Atlanta for a job, and the rest of the time in the military. I was regular Army. I was a slow starter. I didn't go into the Army until I was 34 years old. 1984 to 88, I worked in the intelligence branch of the U.S. Army. That's when the Contras in Central America and the communists were a big issue, and I was involved in that. Got out, had a short break in service because I was a single parent with my stepson. And when he, of course, bounced back to his mother, I jumped in the reserves, and the rest of my time I've been in the Tennessee National Guard and the U.S. Army Reserve, 49 Civil Affairs here in Knoxville. Did 4 deployments with them, Bosnia, 2 trips to Afghanistan, 1 to Iraq. Sometime I'd like to go someplace that wasn't blown up and see what that looks like. I feel like that the qualifications and the experience that I have will lend itself to the job that needs to be done. I'll tell you one thing about me that you're not going to believe, because I've been told I can't do it. I'm going to win this election. I'm going to win the primary, and no disrespect to the other candidates, I'm going to win this primary. I plan on spending a lot less than $5,000, and I'm going to win it on experience, qualifications, and issues. So keep looking at Stansberry.com. The issues are going to keep popping up and still be there. I've been campaigning for less than 30 days, around 30 days myself. So I just finished a degree in cybersecurity, which is kind of a hot topic, and I've already mentioned I had nothing to do with that break-in, that computer hack, and I hope you believe me, because I didn't. I really didn't. So I'm retired from the U.S. military, retired from the University of Tennessee, worked in finance, degree in cybersecurity, and I'm also a minister for a small church out in Manville, a little Church of Christ out there. So I am conservative, traditional Christian values, and there'll be more information on that. Getting back to the questions that were here, do we need a VA hospital in the area? Unless you've lived it and walked it, and there's some good people, everybody wants to do what's right for the veterans, and I appreciate that, and so does every other veteran, but I've lived it and I've walked it. Let me tell you about my experience, one of my experiences. Once again, we can talk for hours on experiences with the VA, right? I retired in 2012 from my job, and the reason I was able to do that was I was able to get insurance as a retired veteran in an HMO plan, TRICARE Prime, which the Army offered everyone. I paid a yearly premium. I had a co-pay and a deductible. But the thing was, I knew how much it was going to cost me. I knew how much the premium was, knew how much the deductible was, knew how much the co-pay was, and I said, I can do that. I can retire. And so when I retired, of course, in October 2013, a little bit later, the government decided they would save some money on the backs of the veterans. So they took every veteran in the 2nd Congressional District, actually every veteran in the state of Tennessee except for Memphis, threw us off of TRICARE Prime and put us on a plan, TRICARE Standard, that was going to cost us at least $2,000 more a year. Well, the bad news was you couldn't even plan on when you were going to spend that, because it was based on a percentage of whatever the charges are, and you went to the doctor, you didn't know what was wrong with you, so how can you plan on what the charges are? So for a year and a half, I just didn't go to the doctor. I waited till I got on Medicare and TRICARE for life, and yeah, I've got good insurance now working together. They work. But we've got a lot of veterans who just can't go to the doctor because they keep hopping around and changing this thing. Every so often I'd get a letter and they'd say, hey, we fixed the problem we made. Call us up, see if you fit in. And every time I would call, they'd say, unfortunately, we don't have anyone within 250 miles of you who is in this program, so no, you can't get in the program. That happened 3 or 4 times. And yes, we need a VA hospital. We need it in the 2nd Congressional District. And veterans in the 2nd Congressional District deserve the same medical care that we're giving other people. If you're in Atlanta, you can still get TRICARE Prime. If you're in New York City, still get TRICARE Prime. You live in LA, you got TRICARE Prime. You're in the 2nd Congressional District, they ain't here. Doctors are still here that I went to when I had TRICARE Prime. Services are still here, but we can't get it. And we were paying for it. It wasn't free. Excuse me, I'm getting a little dry. I apologize for that. Yeah, if you don't mind, let me grab my water. I've got one other thing. I appreciate